Yesterday, it was announced that Fat Joe is now being sued for $20 million by his former hype man who goes by the name of TA. That's right, y'all. Now, of course, yesterday, Fat Joe denied all claims being made in this lawsuit. However, more details have been revealed. And according to reports, it's being stated that Fat Joe tried to have 50 Cent killed. That's right, y'all. According to TA, whose real name is Terrence Dixon, all right, he says that Fat Joe wanted 50 Cent ambushed. Okay, this is crazy. Now, again, for those who may not know, back in the day, 50 Cent and Fat Joe had their beef. Okay, now, according to this article, TA is claiming that Fat Joe engaged in calculated and premeditated conspiracy to murder rapper Curtis Jackson, known professionally as 50 Cent. Okay, around the winter of 2006 to 2007, defendant Cartagena was residing in Miami when he received a call reporting 50 Cent's presence at a New York venue. Defendant Cartagena ordered the hit, but 50 Cent was surrounded by Navy SEAL type security, and the would be assassins were afraid to make the attempt. Damn, 50. 50 was rolling with the Navy SEAL security. That's crazy. The lawsuit accuses Fat Joe of openly admitting that he had placed a bag on 50 Cent's head, and then he expressed frustration that he had not yet succeeded in executing the plot. Okay. He also allegedly told his associates that he'd been trying to get 50 for a minute. All right. Something he allegedly admitted at his house in Miami. Okay. The defendant was visibly distraught and shaken when discussing the plot's failure, suggesting not only intent and active planning, but also direct coordination with individuals acting on his behalf. Okay. The plot included tracking 50 Cent's movements via his performance schedule and attempting to ambush him at multiple public venues. All right. The attempted assassination is consistent with the enterprise's pattern of retaliatory violence against perceived disloyalty, disrespect, or competition. Okay. Of course, also in this lawsuit, Fat Joe is accused of forcing his former hype man into humiliating situations that include recorded sex acts and threats of abandonment in foreign countries if he refused compliance. Okay. He also said he witnessed Fat Joe have sexual relations with underage girls as young as 16. Okay. Like I said, this shocking lawsuit, more and more details continue to be revealed. But one thing I will state that the attorney who represented Little Rod, the producer in the Diddy trial, is now representing Terrence Dixon, okay, who also goes by TA, and he claims to have been Fat Joe's hype man for over 16 years, okay? But again, these are the claims made, and you already know 50 Cent wasted no time reacting to his name being mentioned in this lawsuit because this is crazy, all right? Fat Joe planned to, plotted to ambush 50 at these public music venues, and if these claims are true, luckily for 50, he was rolling around with Navy SEAL type security. Now, of course, like I said moments ago, 50 Cent wasted no time reacting to these claims. Now, again, for those who may not know, just moments ago, 50 Cent posted this picture with him and Fat Joe. Apparently, 50's having a ball with AI because that's all he's using in his post. But in his response to these claims that Fat Joe put a bag on his head, 50 says, "These baseless accusations and claims are not credible. I'm sorry, Joe has to endure the public scrutiny and damage to his reputation. This is a stick up. I wrote this hook. I should have kept this one." Like I said, man, 50 reacting to the claims made in this shocking lawsuit by former hype man of, Fat Joe goes by the name of TA. Like I said, this is crazy, man. Murder for hire, 50 Cent. And it's good to know that they on a good page. You know what I mean? Because listen, who knows? This could have went left easily had 50 and Fat Joe not been on good terms. You get what I mean? But like I said, this is crazy. When I first heard about the lawsuit, I was taken away because again, we've heard about Fat Joe, possibly not paying artists royalties. We hear these things after all of these years, but this is the first time I've heard about any type of acts, sexual acts, you know what I mean? Now involving children. I mean, this is serious, y'all. Now, of course, Fat Joe, he responded to the lawsuit. Let's see if we can get that statement for y'all, because again, man, these these claims are crazy. Okay, over 4,000 acts, according to the Hypeman. This is wild, man. I'm trying to get y'all the official statement on behalf of Fat Joe, because of course he denied all claims being made. But this is wild, man. Like I said, some of the details revealed in this lawsuit, some would argue that, this is a plot, or at least Fat Joe and his team, this is a plot to get back at Fat Joe for not paying TA, right? So, like I said, this is very interesting because, again, Fat Joe is a part of Roc Nation. Of course, as we all know, the Diddy trial is happening as we speak. I think they're on break. But at the same time, like I said, man, you're just starting to see a pattern. And now Fat Joe's name is being, ran through the headlines. Come on, man. But like I said, this article right here says Dixon estimated that over 16 years, he was coerced into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing within the enterprise. Okay. Like I said, this is a lot. We've heard a lot of claims being made against Fat Joe, but this is crazy. All right. Now, again, in a statement released from Fat Joe and his team, he says this lawsuit is a blatant act of retaliation. All right. And a desperate attempt to deflect attention. Okay. Now, again, TA filed a lawsuit against Fat Joe back in April. Okay. Or shall I say, Fat Joe sued TA, back in April for slander. You know what I mean? Fat Joe got criticized for that. And now you got someone, coming back with new claims because, again, I didn't hear all of this. 4,000 acts, that's a lot, man. But again, the allegations against Mr. Cartagena are complete fabrications, okay? Of course, this is what Fat Joe is saying in the statement. But like I said, man, we've heard some things, but I ain't never hear about Fat Joe partaking in 4,000 sexual acts, including minors. I mean, this is serious, man. This is very serious. But again, we have to wait and see how everything plays out. We already know Fat Joe and Jada, they have their own show. But we understand when headlines like this make its way across your timeline, a lot of people who are sponsors and investors in Fat Joe and what he got going on, normally they kind of fall back, right, until the smoke clears and we get the official verdict, right, or the official answer. But, like I said, these type of claims, we going from sexual acts to now putting the bag on 50 Cent head. This is crazy, y'all. But y'all let me know. What are your thoughts on the Fat Joe lawsuit and the controversy involving him and now 50 Cent? Do you think there's any truth to any of the claims being made in this lawsuit, including the 4,000 acts that TA witnessed? And also, do you believe there's any truth to Fat Joe putting the bag on 50 Cent head? As you've seen in 50 Cent's response or reaction, he says he believes all of this is a setup. So again, I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on all of this? Again, let me know everything in the comment section below. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Again, my name is Sensei Rip. Till next time, peace. Salute world, I need y'all to do me a favor right quick and tap into the homie Grand Finale's latest video titled Sidelines. Okay, the full video is available on his YouTube channel. However, I'm about to bless y'all with a quick teaser. Okay, if you like what you hear, make sure to head on over to his channel and leave a comment. All right, and make sure to tell him that Rip sent you. Okay, run them numbers up. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.
Upon the world before you dearly depart.
Let the world go by. Let the world go by, and it'll all be just fine.
Thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, hit that notification bell to get the latest on hip-hop, sports, comedy, whatever. All right, we got you covered over here at Forgotten Kings TV. And also, click on one of these videos, okay? All right, y'all.